This is an introduction to ratios, and there's so many different aspects to this. There's no way to cover everything in a single video, so this will just be a brief overview. So the first thing here I have is a statement that the ratio of boys to girls is 8 to 10. There are three ways to write a ratio, and that is, I'll write this one. So the first one is to write it as a fraction. So I have 8 to 10. The second way is to use colon 8 to 10. And the third way is the way it is here, is to write it as 8 to 10. This is not reduced, and just like a fraction, all three of these can be reduced by dividing by the GCF, and the GCF for both of these is 2. So 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. So the simplified ratio would be 4 to 5. So there's a couple other things that I want to talk about with this ratio of 8 to 10. The first is, since boys came first, the 8 went with the boys. Since girls come second, the 10 goes with girls. If I was to reverse these, and instead of boys I said girls first, and instead of girls here I put boys, then the ratio of girls to boys would have been, I would have written it as 10 to 8, because there are 10 girls for every 8 boys. So it just reverses it. So we have a representation here with circles and squares, and I'm just going to write general ratios using different aspects of this picture. If I just said circles, if it was circles to squares, then this would be 4. And there's 12 squares. If I was to say squares to circles, this would be 12, 4. If I said squares to total shapes, I'll just put the word total here. If I said squares to total, well, squares there's 12, and total there are 16. In each of these cases here, they can be reduced. So the GCF for these two numbers, 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So reduced, this one's 1 to 3. And this one's just reversed, so it's again 3, and 4 goes into 4, 1. And this one over here, 4 goes into both of these numbers, so 4 goes into 12 3 times, and 4 goes into 16 4 times. Now, if you look over here, let's look at this one over here. So circles to squares. There are 4 circles, 12 squares. When I reduced it to 1 to 3, what I did was I broke it into 4 different sets. And then I was really only looking at these 4 pieces here. It says 1 circle for every 3 squares. Here's 1 circle and 3 squares. So it broke it down.
That was easy.